welcome to another episode of Love Talk with Martise the Love Coach. I am so excited that you're here. This podcast is a safe space for real conversations about love, healing, relationships, self-worth, and everything in between. Every week, I'll be answering listener letters, sharing healing gems, offering encouragement, and helping you build your healthier relationships. As always, we're going to start with the most important one, which is the relationship you have with yourself. So, whether you're healing from a heartbreak, navigating grief, working on your confidence, or simply looking for a little guidance, know that you're in the right place. So grab your coffee, your tea, your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's talk love. All right, so before we get into this weekly topics, I want to say I had a very amazing weekend, hence why my voice is gone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my voice is gone. I laughed, I partied, we sung. My family is top tier amazing, okay? So every year we have like this big Juneteenth cookout, and it's always amazing. Some years it's super, super big. Some years it's medium. But every year is full with love, great vibes, good food. Oh my goodness, good food. And good people. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who came, everybody who always show up, when we have something. I love y'all so much. I want to say thank you to all of the people who listen to my podcast. I really love you guys. I love my supporters. So my voice is a little gone, so bear with me. Okay, bear with me. All right, so today I want to talk about some things that connects every single letter we're going to discuss today. That's truth, timing, and intentions. Because if there's one thing I've learned from coaching, from life, and from talking to people every single day is that most relationship problems, they don't start when someone cheats. Most relationship problems, they don't start when somebody leaves. Most relationship problems don't start during a breakup. Most relationship problems start way before that. So they start when people stop telling the truth. They start when people know what they want but do not communicate it. They start when people know what they don't want but avoid the conversations, if that makes sense. And that's what I want to talk about today. They start forgetting that we're in a relationship. The truth is, honesty sounds simple, but honesty is one of the hardest things for people to practice. Not because people are like bad people or just complete out liars, but because honesty can be uncomfortable. Honesty can hurt. Sometimes honesty disappoints people and it changes relationships. Sometimes honesty makes us focus on decisions that we just really don't want to make. And because of that, many people choose comfort over clarity. That's the word, clarity. Most people choose comfort over clarity. I was trying to think of what word people, like we avoid certain conversations because we're comfortable and we don't want to make things all wacky, right? But that's because some people just don't want that clarity. They don't want the chaos that comes behind it sometimes. So what they do is they stay silent. They avoid the difficult conversations. They tell themselves they'll deal with it later. And before you know it, it's been years. Oh, it's been years. I've seen relationships end because people were honest about wanting marriage. True. Seriously, I've seen relationships end like, I don't want to be with you anymore because you want to be married. I don't want to be married. I think we're okay where we're at. I've also seen relationships end because people weren't honest about wanting children. And there's a personal story I have about that. I've also seen like relationships end because people were not honest about their healing process. Now that's a major one. I told you guys I always talk about self-healing. And I always preach, do not go into a relationship unhealed. It's not fair to the person you're dating. I've also seen relationships end because people weren't honest with themselves, okay? So sometimes the person we're lying to is not our partner, it's us. Sometimes we know we're unhappy. We know we're settling. We know we want more. We know we're staying because we're afraid to start over or we're afraid to be alone. And then so what we do is we spend so much time trying to create or well convince ourselves that everything is okay. And we'll never stop to ask like, what do I really want? What am I actually looking for? What kind of life do I want to build? Like honestly. Because clarity changes everything. What clarity does is it helps you stop wasting time. It helps you set boundaries. It helps you choose the relationship that aligns with what you want your future to look like. And that's why today's letters are so powerful. I have letters. One person is asking, is like questioning marriage. One person wants to know who they're taking advice from. One person is trying to re enter the dating world. Another person is trying to understand how coaching works. At the center of all of these letters, guys, and I did choose these letters because they all gave me one thing that's centered. They want clarity. And that's what I want every listener today to remember. Clarity isn't always comfortable, but confusion is super expensive. Confusion, it costs time, it costs energy, confusion costs peace, and sometimes confusion can cost years of your life. Time you can never get back. So today, as we go through these letters, I want you to ask yourself, where in my life do I need more honesty? Where in my life do I need more clarity? What conversations have I been avoiding? What truth have I been afraid to say out loud? Because sometimes the breakthrough you're looking for begins with one real, honest conversation, one honest answer, one honest decision, and hopefully, maybe today's episode can help you get there. All right, my loves, let's dig into some gems to get our minds ready for these letters and some advice, okay? So, potential is not a relationship status. Date who people are, not who you hope they'll become. Come on now, that's some gems for you. Clarity may disappoint someone today, but confusion will hurt them so much more tomorrow. Honesty is an act of love, even when the truth is uncomfortable. The right person won't require you to investigate their intentions. And our final gem for today is healing helps you stop chasing people and start recognizing them. Let's repeat that one. I see a lot of chasers. Healing helps you stop chasing people and start recognizing them. All right, so let's get into our letters. The first letter said, "Hey Marty," and before I dig into this letter, this person wanted to stay anonymous. But they obviously knows me very personal because they said, "Hey Marty," and you have to know me to call me Marty. All right, let's get into it. Hey Marty, I just want to say that I know I'm not perfect or the best boyfriend, but I'm a good man. I do not think I ever want to marry my girlfriend, but the truth is, I know that it's something she wants at some point. I feel like we're straight right now. First of all, King, thank you for your honesty. Because there are a lot of people who feel exactly like you do but will never admit it. Now, let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with not wanting marriage. Not everybody wants to get married. Not everybody dreams of walking down an aisle. Not everybody sees marriage as a goal, and that is okay. Social media makes us think that you have to be married to have a normal life. The problem isn't that you don't want marriage. The problem is that she, like, do she know that you don't want marriage? Love isn't about how things feel right now. Love is also about respecting somebody's future. Because, like, while you're comfortable in the present, she may be planning a future that includes a husband. And if you already know that's something you don't see for yourself, she deserves to know that. Not 5 years from now, not after she invested so much of her time and love, but now. Tell her today. Because I always tell people you can love somebody and still want different things. That doesn't mean you don't love her. And wanting different things doesn't automatically make either person wrong. It just means that you may not be heading in the same direction. If that makes sense, my brother. So my advice is have that conversation. Tell her. Be honest. Not because you want to hurt her, but because you respect her. And if you already told her and she just still decides to stay, then she accepts your decision. And if you're a good man like you say you are, honesty is part of being a good man. So tell her and be transparent about it. Thank you so much for writing in. I love you and I hope this advice helps. All right, let's get into our second letter. Well, more so a question. And I really love this question. All right, this person said, you say you're a love coach and you're certified in all of this stuff, but where did you get your certifications from? How do we know you're legit? Well, I thank you for the question, okay? I think more people should ask questions before taking advice from anybody online. I paid for my education out of my own pocket. Let me be very clear. The advice that I provide in these letters, the knowledge that I drop on Fridays, I honestly can get paid for. But because I love what I do it. So I paid for my education out of my own pocket. I received my relationship coaching certificate, my master's expert certificate, my love coaching certificate through Loveology University. I completed coursework, graduated, and earned my certifications. Loveology University focuses specifically on relationships, communication, intimacy, connection, and also helping people create healthier partnerships. You can look up the school. It's 100% legit, worldwide recognized, and yeah, that's where I went. In addition to that, I am also a certified life coach. I also have my certification for that. I've completed additional coaching educations and personal development trainings, and although I graduated from Loveology University about 4 or 5 years ago, I constantly take classes and courses to, keep my knowledge fresh and make sure I'm still doing the best I can. I'm always learning. And many of you already know that I'm an ordained minister and a wedding officiant. I perform wedding ceremonies and work with couples preparing for like marriage and other ministry, sections. Now, let me say something important. A certificate by itself doesn't make somebody a great coach. Just like a degree doesn't automatically make somebody great at their profession. Education matters, okay? So if we're talking about things that I have under my belt, I also have a master's in public administration. I have a bachelor's in criminal justice. I have an associate's degree in human resource. Yes, I love to have so many things under my belt and it feels good. But education matters, training matters, but experience is everything. The reason I do this work is because I genuinely love helping people. So whether it's relationships, self-worth, confidence, parenting, life transitions, anything, I just want to help. So thank you for asking. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little about who I am, my journey, and what I bring. Now, I hope that makes you feel comfortable enough to trust getting advice from me or even asking another question in the future. Thank you so much for writing in. All right, let's get into our third letter. I want to try to do 4 letters today. I pulled out 5, but I think I'm only going to get to like 4. So letter 3 says, I think I want to start back dating again, but these men out here be full of it. I'm tired of all the lies and men not wanting to be real about who they're seeing. What advice can you give? Should I just use a dating app? Well, girl, let me start there. First, I need everybody listening to understand something. All men are not full of it, just like all women are not full of it. But there are definitely some people out here who's dating who need healing before they start a relationship. And that's where things start to get messy. The issue isn't always about the dating or using a dating app or how you're meeting men. The issue is the people doing the searching. Not saying you're the issue. I'm just throwing some things out there, right? I've seen people find their husband on a dating app. I've seen people find a life lesson on a dating app. And I've seen people find both a husband and a life lesson at the same time. So my advice is this: don't date because you're lonely. Date because you're ready. Because loneliness will have you ignoring things you normally wouldn't ignore. Like you'll start accepting things that you know you would not have accepted if you had tons of options. Loneliness will have you accepting confusion and also like explaining away red flags. Like when I say explaining away red flags, you'll say something like, oh yeah, well he's just like this because, or she's just like this because. But when you're dating from a healthy place, you're more likely to recognize what aligns with your values. All right, here's a little story. I've seen people pray for healthy love. Then a healthy person shows up, and then they call them boring. Why? Because, see, what happens is chaos become familiar. Healing changes what you attracted to. So, like, do not rush it. Get clear about what you want. Get clear about your boundaries. If you don't remember anything I say, remember this: healing will change what you're attracted to. And remember, someone inconsistency to is information. Pay attention. Someone's inconsistency is information. Pay attention to it. All right, my love, thank you so much for writing in. I love you so much. All right, let's get into our final letter. I'm not going to get to 5 because I am, reaching my time. So letter number 4 says, do you offer in-person coaching for love and relationship coaching? Okay, thank you for asking. I really needed to talk about this. My love and relationship coaching is about to be changed around because of time. At this time, all coaching sessions are virtual. That allows me to work with people from different locations all over the world in different schedules. However, I do offer in-person services related to weddings, of course, ministry work, officiating, ceremonies. So if you're looking for a relationship coaching session, life coaching session, or a personal development coaching, we'll meet virtually. You can always email me at ceo@martisalovecoach.com, or you can check out my website where I do offer free consultations at martisalovecoach.com. If you're looking for anything that I may have not covered, you are more than welcome to email me. All right, so what stands out to me about today's letter is everybody is looking for clarity. Like the boyfriend needed clarity, the girlfriend deserves clarity. The woman returning to dating, she wants clarity. The person asking about my credentials, they wanted clarity. And so I'm saying is clarity is so powerful because clarity allows us to make informed decisions. What most people isn't always willing to accept. What hurts most people isn't always rejection, it's confusion. It's mixed signals, it's wasted time, it's wondering. And that's why honesty matters so much. So I want you to be honest about your intentions, about your feelings, about your goals. Because the truth may not always feel good, but it does create freedom. I promise. It's like a weight lifted off of you. So let's get into these affirmations. But before we do that, we got to take some deep breaths, okay? We got to inhale in and slowly exhale. Now repeat after me. I deserve honesty. I deserve clarity. I trust myself to make healthy decisions. I release relationships built on confusion. I communicate my truth with confidence. I welcome relationships that align with my values. I am worthy of commitment, consistency, and respect. I trust that what is meant for me will not require me to chase it. I am growing into my healthiest self. I deserve the love I'm looking for. As always, my loves, thank you so much for spending the time with me today. If today's episode touched your heart, helped you in some way, or reminded you that you're not alone, be sure to follow my podcast on all streaming platforms and share it with someone who may need it. And don't forget, if you have a letter, question, or situation you'd like to discuss on a future episode, you can submit it at my website. The link is there, and it's also in all my bios on my social media platforms. All right, so my TikTok and Facebook is Martise the Love Coach. My Instagram is Love with Martise. And you can visit me on my website, martisethelovecoach.com, where I do sell self-healing journals. I have a teen version, a version just for you, and a couples journal. They are all guided. They're guided journals. They're not just writing. You are going to be guided through an emotional journal. Okay? Your journey is my journey for your journal. Okay? So new episodes of Love Letters to the Love Coach will air every Wednesday. And then, of course, Love Lessons with Martise drops every Friday. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, keep loving yourself, and remember, you deserve the love you're looking for. I'm Martise the Love Coach, and I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you so much.